seemed like there was going to be a timeout at one point, and then the last few minutes end up getting played with a timeout. Without a timeout, what did you think of the final few possessions? Anything?
I thought that all of their post-ups when they were double teaming, I thought that we were doing a good job of cutting there and finding open people. So that part was really good. Again, Bi he had an ISO against their 5-man. I thought that we got to the spot where we wanted, to the rim. Now, was that a foul? Was that not a foul? That's not very important. We missed that layup, but those are the shots that we are willing to live with. So similar to a situation like we had with Indiana, not calling timeout and trusting him in that situation. We're going to continue trusting him in those situations.
Can you ask him to be, or does he need to be a little faster when a little more help comes his way when he has the ball and there's like a second man helping with his decision making, whether like getting off the ball?
I mean, I thought that he did with 7 assists tonight. I thought that he passed the ball really well. Some of those situations, we as a team, we put him in a tough situation, but the clock is already running down. So we gotta trust the team. Tonight we had 39 assists. We did move the ball as a team. We scored 120 points. The offense was not that much of an issue. The issue was on defensive end, especially first half, and we allowed them to score a lot of points and to score 40 points in the paint. And that was a completely different story in the second half, and we kept them to 18 points in the paint. So that's something that we got to clean up and be better at. And but when it comes to those decisions, there is always room for improvement and then making faster decisions for everybody.
You guys hold LeBron to 8 points. It snaps his historic double figures streak, but he has the 11 assists, makes that pass on the last possession there. Even at 40, how tough is he with the ball in his hands in those situations?
I thought that Scotty did an outstanding job on him. He was his primary matchup for majority of the night. Scotty, he was shooting 4 for 17. The big reason for that is Scotty really putting him in tough positions and tough situations. And at the same time, he's a player who is really good with the ball, with his size, with his understanding of the game. He just sees the floor really, really well. And we missed our shot at the end. They made their shot at the end. So we got another one tomorrow.
Colin spent some time on him as well, and he had a good night on both ends of the floor. But I know you're always saying, like, as a rookie, as a 20-year-old, nothing really phases him. But to go up against LeBron, to stop him a couple times at the rim in the first half, how cool is that to see for a young man who's still learning his
It's great. The difference there is only 20 years of experience, So it was really good for him to get opportunity to see what it takes to guard those guys. Same thing for Austin Reeves, who is really, really hard matchup. I think that we needed to do a better job there of not fouling him in some situations when he was already picking the ball up and going to the rim.
What's the lesson there when a guy is so used to trying to get to the free throw line, using his angles to kind of get there? What's the way you tell a guy to keep his hands out of that cookie jar?
It is a lesson for guys not to do that. This league is such a league that certain players, they're going to get more calls than some other players. That's just the reality of it. And all we can do there is really be very, very cautious. I thought that Jacoby did a good job on him, not fouling. At the same time, when you're not fouling and creating more space, like those type of players, they just get to the spots on the floor they want, and they're elite scorers. He's a lead scorer for a reason. We kept him to 14 points in the first half. That was good, but he got off in the second half. And those he made 2 threes. They were almost like half-court shots, So what you're gonna do with that, learn and then get better for the next time.
We talked a lot over the last couple weeks about opportunity for guys with RJ out. It seems like all those guys really took advantage today. Grady knocking down a couple threes. You mentioned Jacoby, Jameson in the fourth quarter. Are you happy with what you were able to get from guys at that position?
For sure. I mean, think about like how young all of those guys are that you just mentioned, and what it means for them to be on the court playing against LeBron James, and they're a team that's built to compete for a championship at this point. So for us, for the growth of those guys, like this is going to be amazing feel for our guys to learn and get better through this. So can't wait for another opportunity to play this same team.
Did you give any thought to closing the game with Jacoby, considering the net that he had and the defense he was playing on Reeves?
Yes, but at the same time, Jamal was doing a really good job there as well, and Jamal was helping us to get organized on the offensive side of the ball and allowing quickly to space the floor more. So those are always tough decisions. Both of them, they deserve to finish the game today.
At this point of a very condensed week, is there a point where fatigue starts to set in, and what do you do to try and mitigate that through these last few games?
This is NBA. There is no place for a fatigue. There is another game tomorrow, and we just gotta get ready and then, get our shoes ready, laces up, and then go and hoop. That cannot be excuse for us.